said Chris Briscoe, a revenue protection officer with TransPennine Express. "Listen." It was the middle of the night on 17 May 2011, and in Chris's semi-detached house in Rotherham, nothing should have been stirring. But something had woken him and his wife Joanne from their slumber, and he thought he knew what it was. He and Joanne listened intently into the dark night. Yes, there it was again, a timid squeaking which sounded as if it was coming from the airing cupboard. Chris threw back the duvet and tiptoed down the landing, rubbing his hands across his bearded face to shake himself awake. Though it should have been shut tight, he could see that the airing cupboard door was standing ajar, and as he edged closer could hear the multitude of tiny squeaking noises growing louder as he approached. He gently eased the door open a bit wider and looked down. And there, at the bottom of the cupboard, spread luxuriously across the Briscoes' best Egyptian cotton towels, like a film star in a perfume advert, was his 11-month-old black and white cat, Lexi. When he'd gone to bed, there'd been one heavily pregnant cat slinking about. Now, as he peered down at the wriggling shapes surrounding her, he counted 5 minuscule kittens and 1 very happy cat. Lexi was an affectionate pet, the only cat Chris had ever known who'd licked him, and she'd become even more so during her pregnancy. While she'd been carrying the kittens, she'd barely moved 5 feet away from Chris. If he sat down for an instant, she'd climb onto his lap. If he got into bed, a moment later he'd feel the warm, solid weight of her as she snuggled down on top of him. He'd known her time was near, so he'd got a special flocked cat bed for her and tucked both that and an old blanket away, somewhere private, so that she could give birth in peace and comfort when she felt ready to do so. Lexi, however, had clearly had other plans. Thus, the little family currently sprawled out on the softest, most expensive towels known to man.